Hello, everyone. Let's get this show started here at the Guardians of Freedom Air Show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Thrustmaster, and the wonderful folks at Echo 19 for today's demo of the Super Hornet. Commander Fabiano is almost ready to go for the right-hand side, the Super Hornet.
All right, on the ground, let's go ahead and start up the APU and then we'll get on our way. All right, here we are in the Hornet. We're just gonna go ahead and turn the battery to the on position, and we are going to start the APU, which I have a switch for on my Warthog over here. So put it in the on position. All right, sadly, we can't open the canopy or anything like that, but a big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring today's video. We've got the Thrustmaster Ava flight stick we're going to be using today. Well, we've got the base, which is the Ava, and then I'm using the Warthog grip on top here today. But very, very nice, and we'll talk about that as we're flying, what I'm feeling. But this is a huge upgrade compared to what we saw before with the prior product of just the Warthog. All right, let's fire up the engine. It's very easy here on the left-hand side. We're just gonna put it to the left side. There we go. The left one looks good there. Let's go ahead and fire up the right side. Two good engine starts there. We're gonna come over here and just shut the APU to the off position. All right, gens are on. We're gonna go ahead and just roll this over to the side so we can turn the nose wheel steering on. And we're gonna get the landing light or the taxi light on here, and kind of tricky to get the parking brake sometimes, but just push it in right there and we're ready to taxi. All right, not much of a taxi today. Just gonna go down here, make a right turn, head down to the runway. Winds are variable at like 3 knots, so it shouldn't be bad at all. But on the taxi out, we can talk a little bit about the Ava stick. So if you are a huge fan of the Warthog, you already use it in DCS and what have you, you'll be familiar with this grip. But the base itself, it doesn't have that clunk in the middle, no heaviness there. And all of this is adjustable. You can adjust this thing over here, adjust this back here. You can change out the cams. I'm using the jet cams in it right now. I'm not using the Aero. And honestly, with the jet cams, with adjusting the springs, this is perfect for helicopters too. So that's what I'm rocking here today. But you can see the movement on it. It's just super, super fluid and smooth. A lot of back pressure. You can feel it right there. But it does have a little bit of that stick wobble there. You can just see, you know, how loose I have it. But I fly mainly helicopters with this setup. And with the jet today, showcasing the new sound set, I figured we would, you know, throw this thing on here and give it a rip, which I think it'll be a lot of fun. All right, we've been cleared for takeoff by the Airboss. We're going to be max 10,000. We're going to operate probably right around 5,000 on the top end of things today. And we are going to have our minimums at 1,500, right around there. That'll give us 500 to play with here. And, you know, it being a simulator, we're going to have to break some of the realistic rules of demo flights today, just so we can get things looking pretty on the replay camera. Lining up on the runway should be 3-3 left, and that is verified. Line right up on here like this. Hit the brakes right there. Wonderful. All right, cool. We've got everything ready to go. We've got the maps selected there so we can see our airport, and all we have to do now is just hold the brakes. Let's bring it up to military power. First maneuver, straight up and dump the nose over. Release the brakes, and here we go. Let's go flying. That's afterburner on. Get my gear up as soon as I can here. As soon as we go flying. There's the gear. Turn over there where everybody is on the left. And wait for 300 almost. Right there. Up we go. Dump the nose forward. Don't lose too much. Wonderful, just like that. Woo. Get a feel for the airplane today. All right, getting set up for the first maneuver here, about 350 knots, parade pass from the left-hand side. We're aiming for these buildings right here, 1,500 feet. Let's pull our power back, 350. Keep on coming back, keep on coming back. Right about there, that's good. Almost 1,500 here. A little bit of power. I'm about half on the power right there. And parade pass from the left, just like this. Nice and smooth. Love this Ava base, man. You can really fly it smooth. There's 1,500. Let's hold about 1,500 feet. Get a little bit more power than that. Add a little bit of afterburner here for effect. And roll it off. Beautiful. Next will be an inverted pass from the right-hand side. So let's do that. Let's slow it down a little bit. We don't need to be going that quick. Here's 1,500 there. I'm back on up to it. Let's roll it over. Have to use our rudder here now. There we go. 1,500 feet or so. It's not too bad. Still let it come out of here about right there. And roll it. Back in the afterburner. Now it's just nice and easy movements so the crowd doesn't see us screwing up too much. On down to 1,500. Come on. There we go. 300 or so is pretty good right here. On up we go and hit it. Decent. Wasn't the best, but certainly not the worst I've done. All right, next we're going to set up for the right closed circle. We're going to need just over 500 knots to enter the circle right at show center there. And we'll line up about right here. We want to be about 500 knots when we enter this. There's 500 right there. Right around 1,500 here, watching for show center. Down there and ready. Hit it. The afterburner coming out of it here. There's the afterburner. We needed it. A little sloppy, but hey, that's all right. Kill the afterburner. All right, let's do a half Cuban back to show center here. Nice and easy, just relieving the tension on the top of the maneuver here so we don't get too slow. There we go. Let the nose come down, nice and easy. And roll it out. So we're going to be high speed here, and then we're going to punch that afterburner once we get to 1,500 feet. That should give us a nice whoosh sound rather than breaking the sound barrier. All right, we're good right here. You pull it back a little bit, then forward again, and 1500 or so here. Let's go ahead and punch it, afterburner. On up we go. I wanted to get a little low on that one so it looked cool. Now we get set up for the slow roll. A little bit more. There we go. That's actually pretty good here. Here we go. That was pretty good. The next maneuver we're going to do is from the left-hand side. It's a fast pass from the left. And then we cut to the left in front of show center and go straight up with afterburner. Kill the afterburner there. Let's go out to the river and turn around. Ready, hit it. Straight up. Dump the nose forward, still on an afterburner, helping us out during that maneuver. There we go, and kill it. Now we get set up for one of the most difficult maneuvers to do, and that is the high alpha pass. We're looking at about 95 to 100 knots for this maneuver, but now we have to bleed all our airspeed off that we just had right over the river here, and we had to lose a lot of altitude as well. There we go. We're slowing down, slowing down. We want that 95, 100 knots. And then the pitch ladder at 15. There we go. Watch that speed.
Check gears.
Start manipulating the throttle here.
Check gears. Check gears.
There we
Check
go.
gears. Check gears.
Now we want to get that 15-degree pitch up. Right about here. And she shut up, so that's good. Just using a little bit of throttle, squeezing a little bit of throttle at a time here. A little slow.
Check gears. Check gears.
Actually, we're good. We're good. Try not to manipulate it too much here. There's show center down there. Ooh, a little too high on the nose. That's fine. It looks really cool from the ground, even when you're higher than 15. There we go.
Check gears.
About 100 knots here. Just don't lose sight. Don't listen to Betty. Betty will throw you off.
Check gears.
There we go. About 100 knots or so. Yeah, I don't think it would have done 95. I really don't. All right, full forward, afterburner. Punch the nose over. Let's pull our power back because now all we have to do is land. That's all that's left to do in the demo. We need to go a little bit more left because we're using that 3-3 left runway. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the landing. Let's bring that nose up. Let's bleed airspeed off. Head back towards the airport. I'm getting the 200 knots range and we'll drop that gear. Gear's coming down. Put those flaps in. And now we're gonna shoot for that on speed. A little fast right now, so it's not liking it. We'll get it here in a second. Bring the power back in. Bring the nose up. There's our donut right there. You just get back on the donut. There we go. All the way to the ground. Just like that. It's never going to be a pretty landing. And we'll start hitting the brakes. We'll exit left up here. we've got the APU fired up. Love having a switch down here on my HOTAS for that. And we're just going to park over here on the right so we don't block anybody else and what they got going on. Right over here will be perfect, actually. Next to this fire truck. Yep, a little bit to the left. All right, and we'll come to a stop right here. Wonderful. Let's pull that parking brake. All right, APU is good and ready. It's kind of tricky. You have to left click it and then right click to get it to do it. There it goes. Spooling down. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. There we go. And it's going to pop up and say, thank you for flying with us today. Yeah, we appreciate it. APU to the off position and battery off. All right, folks, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Awesome, awesome sound set. It will be linked in the description below, of course. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.